From the vaults of wisdom, behind the unlocked door to comprehension, Love by W.C. Blackmon. Love. Why is it that when it comes to love and relationships which involve that thing, we expect ourselves as well as others to proceed and comport ourselves with high distinction? This is a thing that has been and remains a puzzle to me. The world and society in which we live is one where children grow up watching parents, or in so many cases in today's world, a single parent or no parent, struggle with this self-same issue. And yet, for some reason, the expectation is that those children should grow up to do it better, even perfect it somehow. I find this expectation to be erroneous for many reasons. Have you ever watched a thing be done, but at a distance where you were close enough to see the details of the actual process? A friend of mine drives a tractor and trailer. He excels at its handling. In observing a properly licensed master operate one of these behemoths, one could get the wrong idea that there's nothing to it. However, the truth is that not just anyone can get behind the wheel of one of those incredibly dangerous locomotive monsters and function admirably. Now think of love and a relationship with another being. Functioning admirably in this type of situation is infinitely more difficult than operating an 18-wheeler, and this is without bringing other likely variables into the equation, such as economic, sex, and kids. Yet one is expected to step into the position of friend, confidant, provider, partner, husband or wife, and parent, and perform each of these roles like a pro. And wait, this is without the addition of love, which incidentally yanks everything out of the gear of normal parameters. Can we say tune up, or perhaps master training? Present day society expects us to be experts in these areas during our casual relationships with others as we grow from child to adulthood. But the unspoken truths are that most, if not all, of the other persons with whom we interact with are just as new, or I should say, confused as we are. Then too, as for observing parents and or a parent, they too are struggling to get it right. Also, in most cases, a child is seeing what is happening with their parents from a distance. At least this is the hope, for no child should be subjected to the emotional and otherwise possibly negative intricacies involved in a loving or loveless relationship. It is by no means an easy drive or ride. And going back to the example mentioned above, at least with operating a tractor and trailer, if one knows what he or she is doing, along with the machine being in good working order, it will follow acted directions. But with another person in love, can we say no promises? If you have been fortunate enough to experience this thing called love, then you well understand that there is no such thing as control. If one is smart, he or she submits to love, and through submitting, retain a modicum of control by working the little things. Maybe not so coincidentally, my friend and other similarly experienced drivers will tell you that the secret in successfully piloting these awesome and massive machines while keeping the risk of disaster at a minimum is to stop with distance to spare and steer in small increments. You also go slow, a little wide, and easy on the turns, else you might lose or otherwise crush something you didn't mean to. Love, rather between intimate partners, parent and child, friends, what have you, is not always easy. However, when continuously approached in the best way, it can be an extremely wonderful and long-lasting experience. $100 billion question: what is the best way? In love, as well as in the general living of life, it is the paying attention to the small things, the little things, along with a great outlook and attitude, which eventually determines the positivity, longevity, and the eventual outcome attained. In other words, for love to be a success, we must have patience, pay attention to the details, and trust in working the process, while simultaneously allowing the process to develop all involved parties, along with the relationship itself. It is like this that we positively and successfully navigate the love lanes while moving further, faster, on the road of victory.
Love, love, love. It manifests itself in many different ways, aspects, and directions, and all in one single heart per person. Whether we're talking about mother, father, husband, wife, children, friends, significant other, neighbor. It takes place, it happens. And this is important to talk about because no matter who we are, no matter how strong we are, no matter how well we are able to compartmentalize, love has an effect on every single aspect of our life, whether personal or professional. Folks, I'm W.C. Blackmon, as you know, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the W.C. Blackmon YouTube page. I thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. We appreciate you, and we definitely would love for you to help get to that 1 million subscribers. And it's not about the number, it's about getting the word out to as many individuals, many people as possible, because we believe that we're doing some great things and sharing some great messages here on the W.C. Blackmon YouTube page. Speaking of which, please jump on the W.C. Blackmon website. That's wcblackmon.com, wcblackmon.com. There you can book me as a keynote speaker for your event. Also, you can book me for one-on-one coaching, for connecting with others as a group, for dealing with difficult situations or difficult individuals. Also for leadership and being the best team that you can be, how to make that happen. Also, on the other side, performances. You can also book me for your wedding events. I have a lovely song called The Wedding Piece that would be absolutely wonderful with your wedding that may be coming up. Also, for poetry and spoken word, we definitely want to help you and your event be the best that it can be, and we'd love to help you do that and make it as successful and as loving as possible. Until we connect, I look forward to connecting with you next time here on the W.C. Blackmon YouTube page. Until then, I'll see you on the road of victory.